that. It actually
Hey,
cuts out correctly
amazing.
and it fades out. I've got a brand new intro for everybody. Now, I'm
Yay.
hoping that this
Uh,
means we're also on YouTube at the same time and I haven't messed anything up this
I,
week.
I would I would love to know, but YouTube serving me ads. There we go.
Nice.
There
There
we
we
go.
go.
Finally. Ugh.
Oh, what is up,
Oh,
everybody? Welcome to
so
the
cold.
Football Boot Hour with me, James, and my co host, Andrew, here from the Lockhart Boot blog. I need a drink, but I don't
Ew.
have one. It'll be all right. Today, we are going to be talking about football boot moments. So, football boots can make
Yeah.
moments, they can be part of moments, and they can make your own moments. It could be something you remember, something you watch, something you did yourself. Boots can be very special when it comes to moments. And
Yes.
of course, Adidas just dropped the Predator Moments Pack,
Mm-hmm.
which is essentially a black, white, and red Predator. If you're watching live, I do not have images for that because I was getting images for other things. So I don't have that. But you all know what a classic Predator looks like. I will put them in the edited review.
Yeah.
Josh Paul, welcome. Thank you very much. Happy Friday to you, sir. Clippy, welcome as always. S2S Creations, what's up? And Josh Paul, did anyone ever have a moment in a concave?
I
No,
had
no,
a
they did
moment.
not.
Yeah. I do actually have a moment for a concave.
No, surely not.
I do.
Do share.
It
Do
does
share.
not. Okay. Uh, it is the moment that concave was banned from being allowed to be worn by anybody on my team. I wore them in a match. I hit the crossbar from about 40 out,
Nice.
and then I hit the post from about 20 out. But I was trying to shoot a lot more to make use of the
Yeah, the,
whatever
the
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 thing.
technology, the
Yeah.
Accu technology or
And
whatever
the
it
guy
was.
running the team was like, "Stop bloody shooting." And the fact that I didn't score with any of my shots, he just said, "Okay, concave boots are now banned from
That's pretty
anybody on this
fantastic.
team, and especially you."
Love that.
Yeah.
Oh, Matt, welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Ew.
Matt, one of our Boot Wizard members. You can become a Boot Wizard member right now on the live stream if you would like to do so.
Yes,
Early
please do.
access to all of my videos and some huge grip sock discounts, which handily leads me on to the first thing of the day, which is what have you been wearing? Or what have we been wearing or testing this week? I've got a couple of options here. And one thing I do want to I want to showcase, this review is probably coming next week. It's pretty much done. Um, I have these. I don't know if you're looking at that backwards or if it's just
Hey.
me.
Nope,
So this is
just you.
Advant Edge, as you can see, grip socks, and they literally come in this box. This
That's
box
really
is
cool.
insane. So hold on, let me just like look at this.
Presentation, 10 out of
Ridiculous. The
10.
presentation is
Yeah.
unbelievable. And then in here, and then
Mm,
there's a few little bits and pieces in there as well. Hold on,
that's
let me get
cool.
the uh, get the get that out of the
Turn it
way. It's got
around and pull it out. Oh,
so
that's clever. I like
that's the
that.
grip. That's the pattern
Yeah.
that's on the bottom of the grip sock.
Yeah.
So presentation wise, these can absolutely not be beaten. Now I was doing the review, and as is the case with a lot of grip socks, I will show you the socks in a second. They're just here. As is the case with a lot of grip socks, I have questions, and thankfully, grip sock companies are far more responsive to me than boot companies
Boot
are.
companies. Oh,
Um, so
amazing how that works.
and especially considering I'm one of the only people that reviews grip socks, and I'm probably the only person that does it regularly on a big scale.
Uh-huh.
When I reach out to companies and go, "Hey, I'm reviewing your socks. Can I have some info?" They're usually like, "Absolutely. Have all the
Yeah.
information you would like." So these guys have been fantastic. They then sent me out a whole bunch of socks. So I actually ended up with loads of them. And this will all be coming in the review, but they also gave me a discount code. So I'll open
Hey.
these up, and if you want to grab yourself a pair of Advantage grip socks, I won't give away too much from the review, but you can get 10% off by using the code BootWizard at
Look at
checkout.
discount. Bloody
Look,
hell. They
I know,
really
right?
packaged the
I know,
shit out
right?
of that.
And these are so
Whoops, I
premium, like
cursed. Here
in
goes the
terms of the pressure.
monetization.
Oh, did you?
I
Oh,
just
God
said,
damn it.
sorry.
We got battered last week because
I
of
bet
that.
we did.
Okay, so and then let's pull these out of here. So this is I have all
Bloody
so these
hell, that is
these are so,
right.
These are some of the ones they sent me. So they come in loads of different colors, and one of the colors they do is pink. But not only are these pink, right? They have a few different styles. These are pink reflective, which means that the logo of the back
has the reflection.
is reflective.
Oh my
Now they obviously
gosh.
come in they come in white, they come in
Yeah.
black. They have a stealth option where everything is the same color, so it's like blue on
That's
blue on
cool.
blue and things like that, which are really nice. Yeah, so they're a nice sock, to be fair. Like
Yeah.
they fall into a certain category. The
Mhm.
pro tier, the pro ones they have, which are brand new, which are a little on the more expensive side, are really nice. But I just wanted to get those out and basically do a little bit of a live unboxing
That's
because
awesome.
I've been testing.
Presentation goes a long way.
Absolutely. I've been testing those out up to the up to the limits so recently, so they're very nice. Yeah, 10% off if you are just buying normally with the code BootWizard. If you are a member, as Matt will know, you get 25% off. So it's a huge jump. It's 25% off for members, 10% off for everybody else. So just thought I'd show you that. I do have other things to show you, but Andrew, what do you have this week? Or should we kick to you first? Is there anything you've been testing
sure.
apart from snow?
Just snow. It is almost a whiteout outside right now.
Wow. Okay.
So the Lanzerna Professionale review went up. Thank you to Proper Boots, Hunter Sellen. That was the company reached out to me and they were very pleased. So
oh really?
Yep. Make good boots. Make good boots. Get them in the hands of get them in our good hands people. And never know what happens. Next,
I didn't realize the box for that was so incredible.
Oh my gosh! Yeah,
like I saw the pictures in the review. The box in that is incredible. Speaking of presentation,
it's ridiculous. So I'm getting a pair in,
nice,
and I will do an unboxing. I am kind of torn as to what to do next because I have a pair of Alpha 2 on the way. I actually got a pair in. They were too big. I had to send them back, and I'm waiting to get my size in.
Disaster. Half down?
Yeah. Half down. I went true to size, and it was just way too long. It
was not the way.
So, as much as it's snowing right now, it's supposed to clear up a little bit next week. I should finally be able to rent a pitch for a few days. So I think I will probably do these.
Nice.
The Copa Icon 2 in hard ground. This color is limited edition for Soccer Shop Camo in Japan. They've even got
they even got the camo insoles. That's cool, man.
Mm-hmm. They even came with a little leather tag that said camo. These, so they sold out of the pre-order, restocked, sold out of the restocked, sold out of that. So they're completely gone.
Okay.
Yeah. So the fact that this boot is stupid popular over here and that this is a one-off colorway and it's very, very clean. So
it's beautiful. I really like that colorway.
It's so good.
If I wore leather boots, the first thing I would have been is like, hey Andrew, any chance you can pick me up? Like,
I got
those are so nice.
I helped Noah and GCFC training and Ricky.
Yeah,
yep.
Of course Ricky got a pair of those.
Yeah, of course Ricky got a pair. They're white and gold.
Yeah.
So these are so comfortable on feet and the fit is superb.
Nice.
I was talking to J Mike about these, and the only thing that could have made them better probably is if they were K leather instead of this calf leather.
Yeah.
That being said, this is still, I haven't worn mine yet. This is still ridiculously soft and it feels really good. So
nice. There we go. S2S Creations obviously saying that the review was awesome on your page.
The price point is very high.
They are pricey, yeah.
Yeah. So basically, what it seems like they're doing is they just made that initial run. There's only 1,000 pairs. They're just doing that box for that 1,000 pairs and stuff, and then once those sell through, they'll start moving on to actually producing just
Okay, just
boots.
like a regular boot. Okay, okay,
Yep,
that
yep,
makes
yep,
sense.
yep, yep.
That makes sense.
Oh, also
Uh,
S2S Creations, please DM me. I had a back and forth with Adler about you the other, literally last night. So yeah, please DM me.
Nice, 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 nice. And S2S Creations, I have to DM you after we finish this. So
Oh
lots of DMs
yeah,
going around. There we go. Clippy saying, I thought the thumbnail in James's Kipster video was total clickbait, not expecting the boot to actually look like that. Yeah, so if
those
you
are
haven't
wild.
Yeah, if you haven't seen it yet, I put up a review, kind of like a first impressions, like unboxing style review of
Mhm,
the Kipster Traction Edge,
mhm.
which is the maddest football boot that I have seen, maybe ever. Like not ever. I've seen toe punt boots and various things like that, but no, they're super
That's
crazy
pretty
football
wild.
boots,
Yeah,
super crazy. And not to like um
you're not in trouble.
promote no, not to promote our competition, by the way, but like once everyone's done here, Josh just dropped a review on some random boots, some Phenom Quantum Energy with Sonic and Tails on them, or Sonic and Knuckles on them. And like I was literally just watching this before we came on, or before Andrew came on.
I
It's
I do like
mad.
I do like a random boot. So
Yes. So stay with us, but check that out afterwards because I'm certainly going to.
yes, afterwards.
Um
Yeah,
Afterwards.
I just see this the fastest boots ever made. Oh my gosh, my
Like
ears.
that's so weird. Um, so on to what else I've been wearing. One thing, these are not what I've actually been wearing. So what is coming up this week? On
Hmm.
Tuesday, you will get my ASICS DS Lite X
Tuesday.
Fly Pro 3 review. Members already have that, so that will be up. You can see me go bananas about how good it is. So that will be up. And then this week, things that I got in, I haven't actually tested either of these yet. I got my hands on the
Oh,
Shadow Pro 3 Elite,
mmm, those
which
are
are oh, I
those
haven't
look
been out in them
so
yet,
tasty.
but
This this
I've
this
had them on feet.
I think
So
this is
good.
kind of like the killer boot that Under Armour needs. If only they made a bloody AG option.
They just need an AG outsole.
Yeah,
All this
yeah,
needs is an AG outsole.
yeah.
Like, but yeah, like it's really nice. Really, really nice. So I have these, and I also um big shout out to Under Armour because Under Armour actually sent me an unreleased colorway for that.
Ooh,
So I can't show it yet because it's not due to come
mhm,
out until the end
yeah,
of next month. But I have that in hand, so that's pretty good. So I should
yeah.
be able to
That was
drop
really
a
cool of them
review
to do that.
of that colorway on the day it releases. So big shout out Under Armour.
Yeah,
Thank you very
heck
much
yeah.
for that. And I also got these. Now this is super random. Again, the members will have already seen these because I did a live stream on them. This was a
Oh,
boot
James super
exchange.
random boots. Wow,
Yeah, so
never
I
thought
did
that
it.
would happen.
Well, it's just something random that like you wouldn't expect me to be showing off on the podcast. Is like, oh, I got this week. Um, so I did a boot swap basically,
Hmm.
um, and I traded a pair of Phantom Venoms, very similar condition to this. And I was like, oh, it's fine. I'll trade those. I've got another pair. I then sold the other pair, so I have no longer no Phantom Venoms anymore. But I got these,
Ugh.
so I got some Vapor Sevens just for fun.
I
I
had
thought
a
they'd be
pair
a.
of the purple and I blacked them out.
I quite like the purple.
They're. I'll say this: they're not bad, but entirely forgettable.
Yeah, I like. I just I there were
Hey,
the
hey,
Venoms were things I didn't want. I was
those
like, screw
yeah,
it.
those
We'll
look
give
in
them a
great
whirl.
shape. To be fair,
They are in very good shape, to be honest. But yeah, I'm like, meh. We'll give it a whirl. We will give it
yeah,
a whirl.
heck yeah, yeah.
So, yeah, that is where we are at with
Hmm.
that, I believe. So let's move on to this week's releases. As I
Hmm.
say, I was actually spending time setting up what will come after in our discussion of football boot moments, and I did not adequately set up the images of each boot that was released this week.
I need
So
to
if you are
look up.
live, you will have to use your imagination, and if you are watching this on the catch up, I will magically edit in pictures. Sorry, pardon me. So I think the first thing to do is obviously talk about the
The
predator
Preds.
moments. So these are obviously, they're even called the BWR or BRW or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
literally
Yeah.
for black, white, and red.
Yeah.
It is a proper black, white, and red predator,
It's
and
yeah.
it's I think for me one of the biggest things is that it's a special edition that is not stupid limited. It is limited,
Mhm.
but if you wanted it, you could get it. Like, I don't know anybody that missed out. I think they've done a good job there by allowing it to be, it's like, yeah, this is limited. It's very cool. It's got all these little details. However, if you want it, you can get it.
It
And I kind of
is
like that.
very limited here.
Unless you're in Japan where nobody's allowed to have it.
Nobody is allowed to have it.
You're not allowed nice things. But yeah, I like so here are my thoughts. I think from a colorway point of view, I think it's great. Of course it is. It's a classic Predator colorway.
Yeah.
I think the idea is good of having these like moments that they put on the boot. I really like the fact that they've got the minutes for the Zidane goal
Yeah, that's really
on
cool.
the little hook there for the laces, and the minutes for the Beckham goal. So it's like 45 and 93 or whatever it is. I think they're fantastic. But I don't love the outsole, like the
0%
100%.
or
Yeah, 0%
yeah,
fair, 100% legal, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
I don't love that. I think it looks a bit cheap, and I like the idea of what they've done under the tongue, where they've got put like the piece of commentary in there.
Yeah.
Just the way that it's done as well is there's something about it that it doesn't seem to mesh for me. I feel maybe there's just a lot going on.
Yeah.
Like, and I think they maybe could have had it be a bit more subtle. Like the insoles, I think are fantastic. I think that's really cool. But yeah, I like it. I
It would have
like
been
it.
cool to see the Beckham logo on one foot on the bottom and the
That would have been
Zidane.
very cool.
Like there's a cutout like logo of that Zidane volley.
There is, yeah.
So
yeah, I don't know. Like I say, I do like them. I like them, but what? Hold on, I'm gonna try something here. You have to bear with me. This potentially is gonna work, or it's gonna get us. It's absolutely gonna just send YouTube Zidane goal, and then obviously, naturally, we can't show that without showing this beauty as well. I remember this so well, obviously being English and just the stakes of it all.
No, I was watching this too.
Yeah, Mr. Beckham essentially deciding he was going to be a one-man army and he was going to drag us through qualifying. And like that clutch.
Yeah.
I wish I could put the sound on. Yeah. Just ridiculous.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, and Sven getting very excited.
Oh, Sven.
Yeah, Sven. Poor Sven.
Yeah.
Hold on. This is just gonna. I need to let this play to the end, otherwise it won't go away. There we go. So those are the two big moments that they went with. There was obviously many more that they could have. They could have used. They could have brought up, but those, I think they're great options. I like the boots. I personally wouldn't put them into our top tier, into great. For me, I think they're good because I think they're maybe a little overdone, but
I think the overdoneness is kind of helps in a way because the Preds originally were kind of an overdone boot.
Yeah, maybe.
They're
that's a good
like
point.
over the top. So
Yeah.
I'd still
So
put them in great.
I'm willing to
We
concede. That's fine.
Are you
I'll be in
sure?
the
Yeah,
minority. Yeah, yeah.
the other thing is the colorway is just they picked the
Colorway's great.
colorway and they
Like
nailed it.
it's finally like we did.
Yeah.
I suppose you can't really be too upset when we've been clamoring for a
We've
proper
literally been
black,
saying
white, and
just give
red.
us the black, white, red.
Yeah. Could you just use red already?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
when they do it, we shouldn't really complain too
Yeah.
much. Fair enough. Fair enough. I will stand corrected. So I'm just moving back through the week here again. I will put
Mm-hmm.
the images up when we come to the edit. We have
Talk about the
two
boots.
new releases from Umbro.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a brand new boot with the Taco 5, which is another leather taco. Looks
Mm-hmm.
interesting. Same sole
Yeah.
plate.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of that. It's white with an orangey red. It's interesting. Half the people who messaged me about it messaged me saying that looks a lot like the Copa, and the other half messaged me being like, looks a lot like the Tiempo. And I see both points of view.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
absolutely see both points
But
of view.
the significant difference is their K leather.
Yes, actually a K leather boot. So yeah, I can
Mhm.
probably. I'm just going to show you on my phone.
Yeah.
There we go. So this is the taco.
Mhm.
So they don't look bad. They don't
No,
look bad.
I would love to try them. Umbro, if you are watching,
Yeah, Umbro, if you want to,
because they
help us
are
out a
nigh
little
on
bit here.
impossible to get here.
That I'm in Ireland and they're hard to get here. Like
So
I,
wild.
like it was almost impossible for me to get Umbro boots in Ireland while Umbro were the sponsor for the Irish national team. Like they just so you can get them in the UK, but getting them shipped from the UK to me is just impossible because I have to pay
Mhm.
a lot on import and I have to pay a lot for the
Yeah.
shipping.
Yep.
So it just doesn't work for me. But yeah, it's kind of what can you do? What
Yep.
they did remind me of actually the taco there with the kind of textured leather on the top
Mhm.
was a pair of Sergio Aguero pro custom Pumas that I had in hand once, where he had this leather upper, but with this almost like really aggressively rubbery top coating on it.
Mhm.
It has a similar vibe to me. But I think they're nice. I think it's a good looking boot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting one to try.
Yep.
Good,
Good. Yep.
good, yeah.
Yep.
Um, so we also have a new colorway in the Velocita.
The Velocita. Yeah, I like that as well. I love the red detailing on the sole plate.
Yes, I
Or
agree. Like
I guess reddish.
reddish, not Predator red. So we've got obviously a black with like a yellow detailing, and I like the way they do the detailing on this, where it's like in the knit, or it's not a knit, is
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
It's
That's really cool.
it's like a textile,
Mhm.
and where it's in that. So I think that's really cool. I think that's a nice looking boot as well.
Another boot that I would love to try.
Yeah, me too. Umbro.
Yep.
Like I would buy one, I just can't find them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not
Same.
without costing me a small fortune anyway.
Yeah.
So
Having
another
to
one for
get it
good.
rerouted several ways. Yeah, that's good.
Nice. Okay, next up we have the Unisport Sakito collab, which is this one here, which is see
Yeah,
is
for
just a little
Unisport's 30th anniversary.
Yes, Unisport's 30th
Mhm.
anniversary. I think the most interesting thing about this was the information from Sakito about how they were trying to build the boot and use the upper to still be able to put that kind of graphic on it
Mhm.
without losing the softness and the performance
Yeah.
from the upper. I found that very interesting.
Yeah, that was
Um,
really cool.
but I would imagine that only applies to probably us and the people who are in the chat.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I'm actually a little undecided as to whether I even like it or not. I just think
I
it's a
love
cool
how wild they
idea.
are.
Yeah,
I
you
love
see,
how
this is
wild
the
they are.
thing. I think it's a cool idea. I
Mhm.
think the fact they're insane is probably a win.
Yes.
Um, good.
Yeah, we could put it in good. I actually think they're great, but
Wow.
you know,
Okay. No, I
they're
do.
mad.
Yeah.
The Mad Lads went for it.
They did. Screw it. Yeah, let's put them in great. I don't
Yeah,
want.
yeah,
It's the same logic that I use for the for just as a boot the F50 plus. It's like
yeah,
I don't want to discourage madness.
yep,
Do the madness, and I will
yep.
reward. I will reward it in my small ways.
Every once in a while, just lose your minds in a good way.
Absolutely. So yeah, I am happy to put that in great actually,
Nice, nice.
just for pure this is insane purposes. Um, unless I've missed something, that is all we had
I
this
think
week.
that's all we have.
Yeah,
Uh,
like which
I I went
to
through.
say a 3 boot release week is a lean week
It is a
is
pretty. Yeah, it's crazy. That's just indicative of where we are at the market.
absolutely. Um, I did get the. Did you buy the Pred, the Moments Pred?
Hey, Tracker. Yeah, I am going to get murdered. As I've been saying repeatedly, the blog is absolutely broke, so I pulled some money from my own savings, and
So the wife is going to kill you.
yeah, she'll murder me. But
Yeah, yeah.
you know, we'll get a unboxing done and stuff like that, and
Before you're dead.
before I'm, you know, basically hung, drawn, and quartered.
So
Oh, thank you, Tracker.
If Andrew isn't here next week on the podcast, you know
You know
why.
why? Oh, thank you very
Hey,
much for that,
Tracker,
Tracker.
welcome, and thank you very much for the donation.
Yeah,
That's very
yeah, I
appreciated. Thank you
appreciate
so
it.
much. Thank you so much.
It's
Uh,
just like no, no, no,
yeah.
no, no, no.
I got the
Oh, my
Pro.
emotion did it.
So I
That's a deep cut.
as much as I wanted the elite level model, again, kind of like what you're saying about money, you've got sometimes you just got to be smart.
Yep.
And as much as I want them, I own a pair of F50 Elite FTs. I don't
Preds,
need another pair.
Preds,
Preds, sorry.
Preds. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't need another pair. I can't justify buying another pair at full price. So I bought the pros because I haven't
Mm.
reviewed them yet. So I thought they would be a good colorway to get in to do the review of. So yeah, I got the pros.
The store I used to work at got the pros, but not the elites.
Weird.
And yeah, I'm wondering if that's because Adidas didn't offer them the elites, or they just, yeah, I don't know.
So, did somebody mess up?
I think somebody messed up.
Okay. Let's move along, shall we?
Mm-hmm.
So, chat, this is where we need you. There is
Mm-hmm.
21 of you in the chat right
22
now.
now.
Oh,
Yeah.
so Andrew and I have picked 3 boots from 3 boot moments that
Mm-hmm.
we want to discuss. Now, Andrew and I had no real communication about this other than that was what was happening. And there is these we don't know why each other have picked boots. Andrew doesn't even
Yep.
know what boots I've picked.
Nope. I have no
So
idea.
they could have been for moments that you did yourself, something that you played in yourself, something that you saw, something that were, it could be for anything. So the
Mm-hmm.
remit was broad. So I know what boots Andrew has picked because I've uploaded them here, but I have no idea why.
Mm-hmm.
And Andrew doesn't know what boots I picked or
No
why.
idea at all.
So we're just kind of going to go through them. But chat, we want you to share your stories while we're doing this. So we're
Yes.
going to
Yeah.
go through ours, and
Definitely.
we're going to have our top 3, and then please share your top 3, even your top 1, as
Yeah.
well while we do this. So you do that. We'll
Mm-hmm.
do this.
Yep.
Would you like to go first, Andrew? Is
Sure.
that
Sure.
which
Sure.
one would you like to start
Start
with?
with that Talaria, which I couldn't find a picture of the original colorway, and I realized after just now that, well, that's not even a Talaria, that's a Vapor. Well, anyways, um, so these the Mercurial Talaria, I remember getting them in a shop and getting them with space in them because we thought I was still growing, even though I was already 16 at the time.
Hmm.
And these are the boots I wore the first year I won a state championship. And I
Nice.
was team captain, as wild as that might sound. And Yeah, so I actually have video of me scoring twice in the final. We were 1-0 down, I scored twice and we won. And
Nice.
yeah, that's I will never forget wearing those. I actually had them up until like 2 years ago. I brought them with me to Japan until I went to look at them and they absolutely collapsed.
They just yeah,
They just
you
disintegrated
you looked at them a little bit and they
and
went,
they just
no, no
disintegrated.
more of that, thank
Yeah.
you.
So, yeah, I have my captain's armband somewhere. The 2 state rings I have, because we won it 2 years in a row, are with my parents at their house. So,
Okay,
yeah, I've actually got
that's
championship rings and everything.
that's pretty cool, man. Like that
Yep.
is pretty cool. I like that.
Yeah.
Nicely done. Okay, so I will go. I suppose I will go
Yep.
for one of mine, and I'm gonna go for which one am I gonna go for? I've got more video clips. This is why I had no this is why I had no images for anything else because I was doing
Mhm.
this. I'm gonna go for this, and it should play a lovely little video clip for everybody. Here we go. So this
Aw,
is
yeah.
yeah, you probably know this goal.
Yep.
Just
Yep.
wait for it, wait for it.
Boop.
Oh,
What did what did
delicious.
what did they call that? They have, like, a special, phrase that like the chip in Italian or something for
Yeah,
Tawny.
I don't actually know, but I know what you mean. So this
He
is
was
for anybody who doesn't
so
know,
good at that.
this is Francesco Totti, playing for Roma in 2005 against Inter Milan, and this is just before he gets his big kind of like custom so signature line with
Mhm.
Diadora. He's just switched out of Nike boots,
Yep.
which he's always worn. He's gone over to Diadora boots,
He's wearing the
and this is
Diodora Carioca
so it's the Diadora. Right, hold on.
or something
I wrote this
Carioca?
down because I had to go searching because I used to have them and then I couldn't actually. Um, I've lost my bit of paper. So because yeah, here we are. So I knew I found them somewhere. So the year after they made the Diodora Maximus Totti 14 Totti was
Uh-huh.
the boot that he went into. And those ones, I have a close up image of them, are the Diodora. So those are the ones there
The
that he's wearing,
Maximus. Yep.
which are the Diodora Maximus RTX. So
Mhm.
that was this. So these weren't
Great
officially
boots.
like the Totti boots. These weren't
No,
called Totti, but they did put obviously the 10 on the
the
tongue
tongue.
for him. But yeah,
Yeah.
these were the RTX.
Mhm.
So the story behind these, the reason it's a kind of a moment for me, is I always used to go to my uncle's house on a Sunday morning, or I'd stay over at his house when I was. So this was before. This is maybe 10 years before this. Um, and we used to watch Football Italia. That was like a big thing for us on like
Yep.
Sunday morning.
Sundays,
Big foot,
Sundays,
yeah,
Sundays, Sunday mornings.
exactly.
Yep.
And you get Gazzetta Italia and things like this. So
Yep.
this is what we used to do, and that particular goal. So that will have been, it probably will have been maybe 6 7 years since we'd done that, because I was a kid when I used to go around there,
Mhm.
and I saw like that goal. So Roma is my
Oh, you were
uncle's
watching it
team.
live.
Yeah. So Rome was my uncle's team. My granddad used to work in Rome, so like there's a whole thing. And I saw that goal, and the first thing I did was like, I need to call my uncle. So I called him to
Yes.
be like, did you? And he didn't see it, and I'm like, okay, we need to find this. Like, we need to find a
Yeah.
way to get you to see this because it's absolutely incredible. So it was more of it's a bit of a memory of it's something that triggered a memory, like it
Yeah.
was
Yeah. That's
so
cool.
something that
I
was
like that.
special, but then that in
Yeah.
turn triggered a memory.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's my first one on the list is the
Nice.
and it was very much that I saw that, I sent it over, and then I had to spend the next, like, it was so hard to find boots back then, like find out what they were. So I
Mhm.
spent forever, like I had to do it again today. I spent forever finding out exactly what the boots were because I wanted a pair.
Mhm.
I never actually got a pair, but I did. That was kind of the plan, was that I wanted a pair of those specific boots because of that.
They were
So
really nice boots.
and I missed out. Never
They're
tried a
really
pair.
nice. Oh, they're so good. They're so good. There's a pair sitting on eBay right now. I've had my eye on. S2S
Okay,
Creations. I had a pair of triple white Power Cat 1.12, the Fabregas limited editions,
beautiful.
and jokingly told my team I was going to get a hat trick in them right before kickoff. Lo and behold, I scored a hat trick. That's
Hey,
amazing.
that's incredible. That's
Yeah,
fantastic.
Justin, that's when Toddy was wearing the carbon fiber shin
Uh
guards. You
huh.
could actually buy those. They were $150. I remember the
Jesus,
store I
which in
worked at brought some
2005
in.
is,
Yep, yep.
my
Uh,
God.
Tracker Donovan's last minute goal at the 2010 World Cup against Algeria. Yeah, those he was when he was wearing maestries already, I believe. Rich, while visiting England with my team as a young teen, I found a store that was closing down. I bought my first pair of high-end cleats then and there, and it was the Air Zoom Total 93 in silver and red.
Great boot.
Nice, nice.
Great boot.
I got okay. The Huns, the OG Predator commercial with Tony Miola. This boot suck. This shoe sucks. God, that is a callback.
That's a throwback. Yeah.
Yeah. Tracker, same week as a Donovan goal, I got headbutted in my FaZe college preseason game. I was
See,
wearing the CTR.
you know what? That's a memory. That's a
Yeah.
memory for
Rich, I
sure.
went through 4 pairs of cleats in the weeks leading up to that trip. Nice.
Nice.
So you definitely needed them.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
What's your next one, Andrew? What would you like to go with next?
Let's go for the lottos.
The lottos. There we
So,
go.
if you followed me long enough, people know I absolutely love these boots. So, I almost picked the white silver the Vapor 3, because um, in the weeks leading up to getting these, I've been wearing those like crazy. So I bought a pair of those Vapor 3s at my old job. Then I switched to the new job and I got another pair. And what happened was, I remember there was this guy we used to work with, and he was an older guy, an older German guy, and he had like one of the most successful teams in Texas's history for youth clubs. They went 78 matches undefeated,
Wow.
national championships, everything. And I remember he was at one of our games. He was like, "Go out there and make a difference," blah blah blah. And the
Mm.
team we were playing against was super super dirty, and I got tackled badly, like really badly, like I was hurting, and I got up and I kicked the guy, just rush of blood to the head, kicked the guy. So they were talking about a 1-year ban at one point to make an
Oh
example
wow.
out of me. Yeah. And one of the guys I worked with knew the league commissioner and was just like, look, he's still a kid. You know, that team's really dirty. You have to understand. And eventually that team got kicked from the league.
Okay.
But so playoffs rolls around, and I've already started wearing these Lotto Zero Gravities, and we got drawn up against this team. And um, from the halfway line, we win a free kick, and one of the guys comes to take it, and I said, "No, get out of my way." And I kid you not, I scored from the halfway line.
Nice.
And I remember screaming my lugs out and dropping to my knees like I'd scored a professional goal. But just so much pent up relief about like playing against this team. They'd hurt my friend earlier in the day. He had to go off injured because they thought he was me and they tackled him badly. And so, you know, this was for my friend, and just all this pent up emotion dealing with these guys. They were playing dirty once again, blah blah blah. But yeah, and I actually took these to England for the first time I had trials in England. So yeah, I wore the
Nice.
crud out of these. I ended up bringing them with me to Japan until they eventually fell apart, like properly fell apart. So, and I also only
Amazing.
paid like $100 for me because for these because they were closing them out.
Bargain.
Yeah,
I should have brought mine along. I actually have mine there, just over my shoulder here. This is my Lotto
I
shelf,
remember when you got them.
and they live on the Lotto shelf. So yeah, I got
Yeah,
those when I was living in Denmark.
yeah, I
I
remember
still I
that.
still I still have them. The video is still on the channel. It's
The
probably
video of you trying to put them on.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think that video is on the channel because I think I did that live on Instagram or something.
Uh-huh.
But the review is on the channel, and if I remember correctly, that was when I first moved to Ireland when I did the review. So I got them in Denmark,
Mhm.
but brought them with me. I
Yeah.
did a review when I was in Ireland, and it's when we first moved here. We didn't have anywhere to live, so we were staying with my wife's parents for a few weeks while we found a house, and I had nowhere to record. So if I remember correctly, I'm just walking around random pretty places in Ireland
Yeah,
reviewing
yeah,
this pair of football
yeah,
boots. It looks
yeah,
lovely, but it's got nothing
yeah,
to do with the boots. But
yeah,
it's
yeah.
very like J Mike for Unisport when it feels like they don't have a pitch and he's like round some like random estate or something.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm just like walking around random random pits of like, oh, this looks pretty. I'm in like a riverbed at one point, but anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm also a big fan of those boots, and Justin is wrong.
Justin is
One of
very wrong.
what Justin says, one of the worst boots I ever tried, but I'm glad we can disagree on
Justin
boots
likes
and
the
still be
edge.
friends.
Okay.
He's never gonna get over that.
Never gonna live that down. All right. Let's drop your number two.
Okay, so for my number two, I do not have a fancy video clip this time. I have a pair of
A
Diadora
Dora
Brazils.
Brazils. Is this Roy
S-
Keane inspired?
this is definitely Roy Keane inspired. So,
Mm,
but there's kind of a story to go with it and a lesson learned. Again, actually, funnily enough, the same uncle that I mentioned just a little bit earlier with the Diodoras, he
mhm.
used to take me to buy new football boots pretty
Nice.
much mainly every year for my birthday. I would get a new pair of boots. And this
Oh yeah.
one particular year, I would say I was probably about 10 years old. I wanted a pair of Roy Keane's football boots. Like, that was my logic is like, I didn't necessarily want Diadora Brazils. I just wanted Roy Keane's football
Roy
boots.
Keane
And they just
boots.
happened to be Diadora Brazils. And the only way that I obviously knew exactly what they were is because they were these black boots with this massive highlighter yellow logo down the side of them.
Mhm.
So I was like, okay, this is definitely what I want. This is what I'm getting. We went into the store, and that's that time. Of course, you're buying from the store, from the one store that's in your town that
Mhm.
has the boots. So I would go in and found the boots. Great, they've got them. Did not have my size. So
Oh.
there's a twofold issue here. One, I am a 10-year-old that was not willing to have anything else but these
Mhm.
boots. And two, the general kind of parental thought process that actually you mentioned earlier of you're still growing, your feet will grow into them.
Yep.
So there's like a twofold issue here. So
Mhm.
I ended up buying these boots in a size that was too big for me. Now, when I tell you that these were too big for me, I don't mean these were half a size too big for me. I don't mean these
They're
were like
like
a
a
size too big for
size and
me.
a half too
These were
big.
like at least a size and a half too big for me. I was delighted with them. Like
I
I
bet.
loved them, but they were like they did not fit me and it showed. Like I would say that these boots were somewhere between a size UK 9 and UK 10. And
Oh.
bearing in mind right
Oh.
now I wear a UK 7. Now admittedly like sizes change or whatever, but yeah, right now I wear a UK 7. They were so big.
Mm.
And
But your feet were gonna grow, surely.
but yeah, my feet were going to grow, and I was adamant I was having them. And I also think that at the time they were like very affordable as well compared to some of
Mhm.
the other boots.
Yeah.
So like so from my uncle's point of view, and like buying them, it's like, oh great, these are like maybe 50 or 60 pounds as opposed to like the 120 pounds you could have been spending on something else. They might have even been less than that, maybe kind of around 40 pounds. So he was
Yeah.
delighted. I was
Yeah.
delighted. My parents were delighted because they're like, he's got boots that are going to last for ages. I got the boots I wanted. My uncle didn't have to spend a fortune.
Yeah.
And in no way was this a good idea for anybody.
No, no. Do you remember like the ads they had for them in Shoot? and they had like the Roy Keane
Yes.
action figure.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
So good.
yeah.
But yeah, that was just a pure
Nice,
like kid
nice.
who wanted a pair of
Yep.
Diodora Brazils
Hey,
because
that's
Roy
a
Keane.
that's a that's a really good memory.
Yeah, I had
Um,
funnily enough, there was a friend of mine, my best friend from school. So he was a huge Ryan Giggs fan. So he
mhm.
had the Ryan
And
Giggs
the
boots.
Reeboks. Yeah.
He had the Reeboks. I got these ones, and also probably in the same year. This definitely got me in trouble. Is I decided like I should have gone with this as the story. So my friend, and
Mhm.
his Ryan Giggs boots, and his desire to be Ryan Giggs, went ahead and actually got his hair permed to have like the Ryan Giggs
Oh
kind of curly hair.
no.
And I did the head shave, so I
Oh
went for the
yeah,
Roy Keane like short hair. So like my mum wasn't happy, but it was fine. And my friend, his mum knew about it. Like obviously you
yeah,
just
yeah,
can't
yeah, yeah,
randomly end up getting a perm.
yeah.
But yeah, so my mate had a perm as a result of Ryan Giggs.
That's
That's
amazing.
pretty good going.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Like that. Let's look at some of the ones from the chat real quick too.
Let's
Uh,
go for it.
Proper boots. Hey, just good memory for boots from you. My first pair of elite boots, my green Puma V111s. My first ever goal, Meg to keep it, ran to hug my dad on the sideline. Oh, that's amazing. Loved it.
Nice.
Love to hear that.
Yeah, that's a fantastic one.
Justin, no one cares about your comment. Dr. Astute, going to have to go with the shoes that Baggio was wearing at USA 94, the black and highlighter yellow match winners.
Match
Yeah,
winners.
very iconic. Had a few iterations as a kid.
Yeah,
S2S
they look
Secretions,
the
the start of
remakes of
Andrew's
those look
villain
great.
arc. Yeah. Clippy, yellow T90 Laser 1 had to wait a year to get them. Dad bought me, meantime, an entry-level Diodora I had to use for a year before a trip to US where I was planning to get new boots. An outlet in the US had them in the yellow. I was chasing for only $100. Nice. Stoked with my
Nice.
first top end boot.
Still in the collection. That's very
Yeah.
cool. Love that.
Tracker, to be honest, I get scared whenever I see an opponent wearing an
Oh,
OG Diodora.
Diodora. Yeah, they have like Copa Mundial vibes now.
I remember a guy I worked with just before he started working with us, right when the T90 Laser 1 came out. He bought them from a certain retailer that Justin and Colby have been having issues with.
Okay.
And he wanted the white, and they sent him the yellow.
Ugh.
And they're like, and he called them, and he's like, I want the white. And they're like, well, we only had the yellow. Apologies. And he said, okay. If you give me 30% back off of my purchase, I will keep the yellows and I won't return them. And they said, done.
Nice.
So he got 30% off for them.
Nice. And ended up with the yellow. I have the remakes in the yellow, but
Nice.
I didn't have the originals.
James went skinhead as a kid. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nino Canito. Hello, I'm also a Man United supporter. Well, we all have our sins. I had the Pred Pulse in 2004 that Beckham and Zidane used in the Euros in Portugal.
Oh, yeah. Nice. That's
Bobby mentioning I helped them get the that new Pred for 227 shipped. I paid even less than that. So
happy days. Happy days. Like it's kind of mad that so I said I bought the Pro version, and I bought the Pro probably cost like 170 shipped in dollars, something like that. That's crazy.
Absolutely I paid crazy. Just barely above that. Richard. Richard Wyatt. Hey man. Love to see you on the live. My first top end pair, the 2001 Silver Predator Precision. Could only get them in the SG plate despite playing on soft ground. Referees wouldn't let me wear them. Still wear them once a year. Love that you still have them.
Yeah, so good.
Footloose boots. My first top tier boots I tried to buy were Chinese knockoffs from China. My grandfather, who was the card I used, initially canceled the order because he thought someone stole his card.
Oh, disaster. But was he skinhead on a cold, rainy Dublin night or summer? I was. That would have been a cold, rainy Yorkshire night. Yeah, that's what that would have been for sure.
Clippy, a teammate of mine won a raffle and received the Carbon Mercurials, the black pinks.
Damn.
Let me wear them for half a game, even though they're a size and a half too big.
Totally worth it.
Very uncomfortable, very cool to try. Um, so when those 2008 Mercs came out, I was sitting at the store I was working with my buddy, and I was like, should I buy these? Shouldn't I buy them? They're a bit expensive. And my buddy's like, I mean, it'd be cool to pick up. They're all carbon fiber. I was like, yeah, that's pretty cool. I don't know. I guess I'll just pass. Like, who's going to even barely remember these? Blah, 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 blah. Ends up being one of the one of the most iconic Mercurials of all time. But
Yeah.
And they sat there for several days. We had like a several day
God.
debate over what to do.
Disaster.
The boots came in. They are awful Footloose boots. Hypervenom knockoffs felt like concrete. Nice.
Yeah, I bet.
Nice.
Rich, do we all have our first pair of high-end boots? I think a lot of people do.
Not. I do not. I wore mine so much that I've got a hole in them. I got a hole in them and threw them out.
I should throw mine out because the sole plate's cracked. So I suppose I don't have my first pair of high-end boots. I have my first pair of high-end boots that I bought myself. That's what I have. And yeah, the sole plate cracked, but I still have them.
Just toss them.
I probably should. But what was your next one, Andrew?
That was my final one.
Oh, was that your final one? No, you had the what?
I just had the Pantos.
Did we talk about
those?
Yep. What was your Pantos?
Those ones that you just put out. Yeah, these. I only sent you 3 pictures.
Oh, good. My brain's gone.
Yeah.
So I will do my last one, and then we'll go back to the chat.
What about my last one?
Is that not your last one? That's what I was trying.
That's what I was saying.
Like,
yeah.
Your last one. Yeah. That's what I was saying. I was like, did I miss something?
What are you talking about?
Let's go to your Pantos. There we go. Yeah, there we go.
So there's several stories around these. The first story is loads of people had been gassing up Pantoffelid Oro, especially on the forums I was on, Big Soccer. If you know, you know. And there was a website called Best 4. That was a British website, and they only sold Pantoffelid Oro. And they had these for like 110 quid. And I was choosing between these, and I kid you not, a pair of first-gen Superfly 1s that we just gotten in at the store. And they were yellow and black. And I can't pull off yellow and black, but I was like, well, maybe I will grab these. And the guy I was working with, the English guy I was working with, Adam, shout out to Adam, the original bootmaster. He told me to get the Pantos. I got these. They were kind of a pain in the butt to break in because of the heel. But once they broke in, they were like they were my foot. It was my foot wrapped in leather. And obviously the closest thing I've gotten to that since then are these.
Yes.
The Yadigar shoe. But anyways, I wore these boots the last trials I went to in the UK. I was 25 at this point. This was right before Jamie Vardy started coming through.
Okay.
And so there wasn't a lot of guys coming from the minor leagues to go to the highest levels. So I got 2 offers while wearing these boots. And yeah, that's kind of my story behind it, from Buxton and Ilkeston Town up in Derbyshire. So yeah,
nice.
That was I remember wearing these on a cold, wet, and rainy night, October night in Ilkeston, and yeah, that was a fun time. I babied the hell out of these, and because I didn't take my leather food with me on this trip, it was not long after this trip that I wore a hole through the right boot.
Ugh.
But yeah, wore those boots when I finally got a contract offer.
Nice. That's a very cool. That is an awesome story. Love that. And it's nice to have boots that, like, you know, positive vibes with them, like other than just kicking people, you know.
Well, no, the Lottos I scored the halfway line.
You scored from the halfway line, yeah. This is
I scored in the final in the championship match. We won that match like 7-2. I got like 3 assists.
Nice.
And yeah, I remember after the match for those Lottos, I should have brought this up. I remember after the match, my dad saying, if you play like that at any trial, you will go professional easily.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a nice statement. There
Oh,
we
we
go.
got a lot more in the chat. Do we want to run through these or run through your last one?
Uh, let's run through my last one, and
Okay.
then
I will go through the chat.
we'll get to the chat. So my last one is these just here. He says, "Doop.
Specialis.
Speciales."
Would
So
they
this is
be
a
Italias?
the so this is pre because the big one is the Speciale 98, but
Mm-hmm.
that's not the one that I'm talking about. I'm talking about the one
Okay.
before that.
Mm-hmm.
Which I don't know what the name is of it. I just know that, so it should be these, I think, because the 98 is not the correct one. It's slightly
Mm-hmm.
different. I don't think it had the Umbro stitched into the side on the 98s or something. I
Okay.
don't know.
Okay.
It's the one before. There's a
Oh,
couple of
okay.
reasons. There's a couple of reasons for this. The main reason being, quite simply, it's kind of similar to my first story. Is the Roberto Carlos goal, the Le
Yeah.
Tournois
Yeah.
Roberto Carlos free kick.
Yeah.
So at the time I'll have been 11, I think,
Mm-hmm.
when that happened. And I have I have a terrible long term memory generally. I
Mm-hmm.
just do, but I have a few things that I kind of remember really vividly from, say, the 90s, like when I was kind of like, in that kind of like,
A youngin.
yeah, 4 to like however old I would have been, like
Pre-beard.
13, kind of age range. And a couple of them are football related. One being the 94 World Cup final. I could probably
Mm.
replay you the entire game. That's partly because I saw it, and partly because I had it on a recorded VHS. I
Nice.
just watch it over and over and over again. So I did almost pick that actually, but that was less related to the boots. That was just the game that I
Yeah.
remembered.
Yeah.
And there are boots associated, of course, with the Nike
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Tiempo Premier being like a big thing,
Yeah.
but the Tiempo Premier didn't really mean anything to me at the time.
Yeah.
And then there's this free kick. I don't remember really anything else of the tournament, but I remember
Yeah.
that particular
Same.
free kick, and I
Same.
kind of feel like this may be true, it may not be true, but I definitely feel like there's an element of that free kick going in and me watching it that has me watching football the way I do now.
Mm-hmm.
And again, similar to the Totti situation, this was one where I was looking for the boots afterwards to find out like what boots was Roberto Carlos, wearing when that went
Mm-hmm.
in. And then as you follow that through, then you do get to the 98 Speciale, where there's the big campaign with Michael Owen sat in the
Michael.
big
Yeah.
ugly like Umbro boot and things like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just feel like this is less of, I suppose it's less of a moment and more of a general influence. It's the
Mm-hmm.
moment that caused an influence in
Yeah.
my head anyway. It might not be true, but like as I look back at it, that feels like a real defining moment for me as both a football fan and a lover of boots. That may be the first time that I ever physically looked for a boot on a player that wasn't like, my favorite player. It
Mm-hmm.
was something that happened, and that made me go and look for the boot rather than it just being like, oh, I want Roy Keane's boots, I want,
Mm-hmm.
David Beckham's boots or whatever.
Yeah.
It was very much a case of that thing was amazing. I want to know what the boots were that went with, alongside, obviously, because it's Roberto
Yeah.
Carlos. Everybody knows him.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So
Of course.
that was,
Oh
yeah.
man. How many hours we spent in the schoolyard trying to recreate that?
Try, yeah, exactly. But I think that's why I was looking for the boots, because I was like,
Yeah.
well, like, because that's the first time that you see everybody putting the ball down with the valve like
Yeah.
facing you.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's
Mm-hmm.
going to hit the valve because they're like, that's what Roberto Carlos does. That's how, I'm going to be able to do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think I was just trying to take it one step further and be like, okay, I can hit the valve. I can also do it in these speciales. I never
Yeah.
got a pair
Yeah.
of speciales, by the way, not at that time anyway. And then I'll be able to do it. And the
Yeah.
fact of the matter is, nobody was ever able to get anywhere
No.
close to
Not
that.
pull it off
And there was
like
just
that.
balls pinging all over the place,
Mm-hmm.
like, is
Yeah.
ridiculous. But yeah,
Great. Great memory. Great memory.
that's
Love that.
my third
Absolutely love that.
one. To the chat, I'll throw
Yeah.
it to you.
So we got lots. First ever top end boots I had, Laser 2s in the green and Volt colorway. Easily my favorite ever boot. You know
Nice.
what? I love the Laser 2s. They are a box on feet going back, but especially the
Tanks.
leather ones. Yeah, I wore those for a lot of trials as well. Carbon cable snapped very easily too in this. Yeah.
Yeah.
T90 Zoom Airs in like 99. That would have been 2000 when those came out. And I remember there was a picture with Edgar Davids picking off players. And like the caption was like, after 90 minutes, you'll wonder where all the other team's defenders have gone. And it was like him like picking them off the bottom of his boots.
Nice.
Ricky, my first pair was an OG Air Legend R10 in gold white
In gold white. Shock.
for $65 at Soccer Stadium. Yeah. This is back when you could get real deals on stuff
Yeah.
and not just a billion different Pumas. S2S, I don't know if this counts one boot that haunts me still this day with a Superfly for Black History Month. I was so pissed with how they dropped those. They did a really bad job with them.
They would. I don't know anybody that got those. Like they was just so it was impossible.
I don't have my first high-end pair of boots anymore. Trashed them, they fell apart.
Yeah.
Bobby, thoughts on the new 442 compared to the old K leather? The old K leather is still available in Japan. So, yeah. The new ones are really nice though. I've got a review on my blog. Go give it a read.
Yeah, go check out Andrew's review on those. They're very different. That's the very different.
I'm horrible at selling throwing boots.
Yeah.
Proper boots. Weird boot story. Hit my first collegiate game, winning field goal. Oh, that's for Yankee football. Probably the oddest boot combo of all time. Left foot, Mizuno Morelia Neo KL takedown. Right foot, Just Do It Pack Vapor 12. That is wild.
That is, yeah, that is wild for sure.
Some love from Justin for the TechCraft Vapor 10s in black pink. Yeah, those are great. Yeah, we talked about the Pred moments earlier, which caused this. Tell me a Power Swerve memory. So, actually, what's crazy is I didn't wear the Power Swerve a lot when it first came out. And what made me love them more is one of my best friends wore. This is where I got all my Power Swerves from, by the way, like the ones I have left and stuff. He stopped playing, so he just sent me all of his, like all of his. And my best memory of a Power Swerve is not from me; it's from him. Playing in a match, and it was our first match. It was my first match on his team, and I remember him dribbling just past the halfway line. He's like, "Nobody open. I'm gonna shoot, by the way." And then he hammered it in from like a full 40 yards into the top corner.
Nice.
So it's just
Nice.
like, okay, that's awesome. Nino Canito. I mean, I had some Lotto Stadia when I was a kid. Hell yeah. It's great.
Yeah.
I passed them to a nephew. I'm not sure he gave them a good use.
Not cool
Matthew
anymore.
H. Somehow I convinced the Nike soccer testing group that I played enough to test boots in the late 2000s. I'd show up in Sunday League and black out Superflies, and everybody just thought I had bootleg boots.
That's cool, man.
My feedback through the program was so detailed that they just kept sending me boots to test. That's awesome. I'm convinced that they thought I was something more than I was. Hey,
doesn't matter.
Whatever
Man.
it takes.
Nailed it.
Whatever
I've been
it
trying
takes.
to I've been trying to convince companies of that for like 6 years running this channel, but you know, you didn't. I'm not doing a good job.
Tracker, did anyone ever try to look like their favorite player on the field? I played against a guy who played like Ronaldo, Cristiano Ronaldo, down to a T. Step overs, everything. The problem with playing that, he even wore the Vapor Force that Ronaldo was wearing at the time, 2004 or 2008 Euros. Apologies. The problem when you play like that and you're not him, it is really easy to figure out what you're going to do next. I tackled that dude so many times. He was so angry that nothing was working. And I told him after the game, stop playing like Ronaldo. You are so easy to predict.
Yeah.
And it's like, "Well, this just always works." And it's like, it works against some people. It's not going to work against everybody.
Yeah.
If
For
you try
sure.
and do a million step overs and you have studied him down to like the body movement, I know what you're going to do. I know
Yeah.
when you're going to shoot. I know when you're going to cut back. It's really obvious.
Yeah. But yeah, I think we all like you'd all kind of you take element like when you're a kid,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
you have your favorite player, and you're like,
yeah,
like I say, I shaped my head, Roy Keane,
yeah.
things like that, and I would for a while, um, I've forgotten his names, French footballer used to play for Marseille.
Bobby
Um,
Pires.
no, later than that, before that, sorry. It'll come to me. But he used to wear like a long sleeve shirt that was quite like it was quite oversized. It was quite baggy,
Mm-hmm.
I found. So and my family had I think maybe the first time we'd been a second time we'd been abroad anywhere, and we drove from York into France, down to the south of France into Marseille. If you have any idea where York and Marseille are, that's a hell of
Mm-hmm.
a long
That's
way.
a that's a
Um,
that's a trip.
so yeah, we did that and like did camping and stuff, and I got a Marseille shirt from a questionable vendor
Yep.
on the
Yep.
street.
Yep.
It
Yep.
looked
Yep.
legit, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't.
Oh yeah.
And
Definitely not.
but I got it like a size too big and like the long sleeves and everything like that. It was very cool. Um,
Ricky, my favorite power sword memory. I wore my friends once and hated it. Well, you're dumb. No, I love you, Ricky.
Now I buy a pair every 3 to 4 years to do an update opinion on them and equally hate them every time.
Amazing.
Nice, Ricky.
Dude, my best friend joining my team for the first time wore the white gold power sword. Because of him balling out, it made me start to love the power sword and get my first pair too. Love that.
Nice.
Richard, I love this. Do you know how hard it is to look like a combination of Paul McGrath and Georgie Hadji?
Georgie Hadji.
Ah.
That's brilliant. Oh dear. I said Justin as regards to looking like his favorite player. I still do. Either got the Pogba one arm sleeve or Torres headband when my hair is long enough. I
Can't
would
play
definitely
anything
still.
like either of those.
I would.
Justin has got an amazing head of hair. I'm very
Yes.
jealous.
Yeah.
I've mentioned this before. I will continue to be jealous.
If I still had the hair, I would definitely rock the headband. I'm a big
Oh,
fan of the headband.
S2S Creations. I'm not trying to look like him, but I'm in my Busquets era as far as my mobility goes. Cantona? Oh, Jean-Pierre Papin?
No,
No, not Papin.
no.
No,
It'll
because
come to
Papin
me.
was like earlier 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's in it'd be between that and Perez, like be in that kind of like
Yeah.
middle era.
God.
But yeah, it'll come to me. It'll come to
Yeah.
me. He's definitely a French national team player and everything. Like
Yeah.
Uh,
Yuri Djorkaeff?
there you go,
Djorkaeff? Yeah.
Djorkaeff.
Yeah. 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 Ended up at Bolton.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to say that earlier. I was like, wait, no, was he at Marseille at the time?
I don't know. Maybe he was. Maybe he wasn't. I can't
No,
remember.
think
I was in Marseille anyway when I got the jersey.
Yeah.
Like the to be fair, the image I remember of him is it's a French. It's one where he's playing for the French national team, rather than, and he has the long sleeve jersey on, but he has it tucked in, and it's like because the style of the time is fairly loose anyway. But he always played with it tucked in, and then the long sleeves, and it just had this almost like little kind of ballooning effect. And yeah, I don't know. I really enjoyed how he played. So
yeah,
that was the thing.
Fantastic player. Loved Djorkaeff.
Yeah.
That Bolton team that they had for a while.
Bolton.
Nakata, Ivan Hero was there.
Yeah,
Ivan Campo was there as well.
Yeah,
Fernando Hierro, Fernando
Hierro. That's it. Like
JJ Okocha.
How did that even
Just
happen?
a
How was that
wild
thing?
team. Just Mavericks FC. But the problem with Mavericks is they have to be on their day.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, madness.
Hussein
ended up buying the ASICS DS Lite X5 Pro 3 in white from Tokyo Football.
Yes,
Well, hey,
yes.
nice. Glad you made your decision.
Justin, for me, the ultimate football memory I have is the gold CZ Absolutes, a headbutt forever, the greatest moment. I remember watching that match at the store I was working at, and this is the first company I worked for, and France scored, and the owner was like, "Ah, oh, I can't believe this. It's ridiculous." And then when Italy equalized, he goes, "Ah, oh, there is a God." And I was just like, the way he said it, I was like, "Good Lord, man."
I think that tournament was just Zidane personified, I think,
It
because he
was.
dragged that team to the final.
He
He
did.
was incredible. And then,
Mhm.
like, people seem to forget that Zidane headbutting Materazzi was very much Zidane. Like, that was
Yes.
still
Yeah.
like he was
Yeah.
this beautiful, elegant kind of player, but he'd also kick the absolute ever loving piss out of you. And headbutting somebody square in the chest was not something that should have surprised you whatsoever when it came to
Mhm.
Zidane. Like, he had
Yep.
that in his locker.
Yep. Yep.
It was a lovely view of exactly what Zidane
It was
was
a
across one
beautiful
tournament.
encapsulation. Yep.
Yeah.
Footloose boots, my first legit pair. I were the Under Armour Speed Foam Cream Leather SG. I remember those boots. Didn't know SG meant middle studs. Didn't wear them that much because we only play on AG. Yeah,
Ouch.
when I first moved back to the States from the UK, I needed
Thank
a
you,
new
Matt.
pair of boots. And oh, thank you, Matt. Appreciate
It's
it.
very appreciated.
And I bought soft grounds to wear in Texas. And Justin will know that wearing soft grounds on hard Texas fields is a recipe for disaster. I had a blood blister the size of my big toe, like covering my entire big toe, and I messed up my back and so much, but I kept playing in them because I had nothing else, and I'd ordered the wrong thing from the catalog. And that's after that, I was dating a girl, and so for Valentine's Day, she got me the Air Zoom Total 92s, and that was my first high-end boot.
Nice.
I
Nice.
stupidly bought her an engraved ring. Engraved ring. That was a bad move. Yeah, but yeah, that was great.
Hey,
DC,
boots for a
DC
ton.
boots for a ton. Greens from
Yeah.
sunny Scotland. Well,
I know.
I would
I know.
take Scotland over this right now. The weather has picked up even worse.
If anybody wants to check out the New
I
Balance
did not marry
Tequila,
her. No.
if you want to check out the New Balance Tequila before it releases, go and hit up Boots for a Ton. He has some samples. There you go. That's a little
Djorkaeff played for
shouty out there.
Monaco. It must have been Christophe Dugarry.
I might be getting them
Sure.
confused. Like you're probably right that he didn't play for. Oh, it could be Dugarry. To be fair, I'm just looking at it now because he did have obscenely
Yeah.
oversized
Yeah.
shirts
Yeah.
at all
Yeah.
times
Yeah.
and a long
Yeah.
sleeve.
It was Dugarry,
Yeah, it's
which
Dugarry. You're right. You're
yep,
right.
yep, yep.
Great
Who
shout.
played for Portsmouth.
Portsmouth and Birmingham, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
I think he had a spell at Birmingham too.
No, he wasn't at Portsmouth. He was at
He was at
Birmingham. Yep, you're
Birmingham.
right. I
There we
just
go.
remember the blue. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
no,
Bordeaux,
it
AC
was one or
Milan,
the other.
Barcelona, Marseille, Bordeaux, Birmingham City, Qatar SC.
Thank you
He
for that.
is he
Who
is
was that got that? Nino Canito. Thank you very much.
nice,
Yes, you are
nice,
absolutely
nice.
correct.
My best memory is when I finally wore the Nike Vapor 3 without bloody blisters on my heel after weeks of trying. I was so happy. I will tell you right now, I never got blisters in the Vapor 3. They worked for me. For some reason, the heel was perfect.
Crazy. Tracker, 38-year-old with a meniscus tear here. Should I join a league that only plays on AG? I've only played an FG. I still feel the meniscus tear issues.
There is some extra knee exercises you can do because you can't. Well, your meniscus can heal itself. First off, I've torn my meniscus twice, and both times no surgery. It just heals itself. You can't obviously strengthen your knee. You can strengthen the muscles around your knee. There's some basic knee strengthening exercises that you can do. One of them is sit in a chair, grab a book to hold like this, sit in a chair, and with your meniscus knee, have that bent and the other knee straight forward in front of you. And when you do that, use your injured knee to lift yourself up and go back down again. And only do it a few times, but that will help. The other one is do a squat while pushing your back against a wall with a ball. Just slowly go up and down, go up and down, go up and down. That'll also help keep your patella, strengthen your patella as well, which takes a lot of beating.
There you go. I think the only thing I would say is just take it easy. Like,
Yeah,
give it a go. Like,
but Justin is right. Listen to your body. You'll know if it's possible.
Yeah,
or
there
not.
you go. There you go. That's good advice. Boot Maniac, Julio has arrived. Just got here, and you guys talking about torn knees. Yeah, just for you, Julio. Torn knees.
Yeah.
There we go. I think that's everybody's boot moments. Thank you, everybody, for sharing your boot memories today. It's been really nice to hear them all, read them all out. I hope all of you that wanted to get the moments preds managed to get hold of them.
Yeah.
And it does seem to have been a really solid release, like a really good release. It was what everybody wanted. It had that little bit something extra to it.
Turf boots.
Yeah, turf boots would probably
get
be
some
a good
good
way
turf
to go.
boots.
Yeah, wouldn't hurt.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like I think it was a good release, and it also meant we got to do a rather nice podcast.
Clippy got blisters and Vapor 3 so constantly. My parents took me to a podiatrist because they thought there was something wrong with my foot. So I remember.
No, just the boots.
I think I've told this story on the podcast before when I got the K Leather Vapor 2s and I immediately wore them in a tournament and got blisters on my heels. And my dad saying, and I showed him I got blisters, and he's like, "Those brand new $150 boots I got you are giving me blisters already?" And I was like, "No, sir." He goes, "That's what I thought." So, James, you cut out.
Oh God.
Oh, there you are. You're back.
Oh.
Yeah, you're back. You're back.
Oh yeah, I can see. Okay, with that in mind, and the fact that my internet appears to be kind of bugging out a little bit, I think that we will call that for today, ladies and gentlemen. Yep. Thank you very much for joining us. It has been rather really fantastic, fun. And we will see you all next week, hopefully with a special guest. There you go.
Yeah,
something coming.
Look forward to that.
See you guys. Y'all. Have a good one. Bye bye.
See ya.